Hi, hello, hi. We're gonna do a deep dive on, I should have it ready before I start filming. Robert Welch's collaboration palette with Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Okay? A lot of you requested that I do a deep dive on this palette, and so that is what we were doing today, all right? So obviously I have the rest of my makeup on, and we're just gonna be doing eyes. But first, here is the palette. I have it folded, so I'm looking at the mirror right now. I'm just staring at myself. This is the palette. So we have a lot of really beautiful mattes, some really gorgeous shimmers that I did use this in a video where I was using new makeup, but I wanted to make sure that I had a video dedicated to it so that I could really spend some time. And in that video, I talked about how I really appreciated the fact that he included not just cool tones, but also some like slightly more like neutral warm tones, but also obviously it's an expression of color, texture, lots of beautiful shimmers, like I said. And I also like the way that it is arranged with the columns and the rows with like the mattes in the middle. Love. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm like so tempted to use these greens because it's holiday season, you know what I mean? I want to get colorful. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is prime my eyelids with my Hindash Canvas color fluid. Oh my god, that was so loud and I thought that it was going to break something. Just going to neutralize all the veins and color on my lids so that we have a nice blank canvas for these eyeshadows that, like I said, I did play with a little bit. I swatched the shimmers, but I haven't worn them on my lids. So I'm very excited about that. And I have to say the mattes blended so beautifully. The last video that I used these in, or the first video that I used these in, I was not familiar with Blend Bunny, but the formulas are stunning. So I'm definitely going to have to explore a bit more. So to first ground everything, I'm gonna go in with Fortune Cookie because it is kind of the perfect like neutrally brown color that sort of, first of all, it kind of like works really beautifully with the lip color that I'm wearing right now. So I love the tone in general. Like I just think it's really pretty. So I'm just gonna use that to kind of like ground everything in the crease and going up slightly. And for that, I'm going to use the Refer Shodo number 3 brush. So the slightly larger one. And I'm placing my brush in at an angle specifically. You see? Kind of like at an angle, obviously tapping off, and then utilizing that angle to kind of carve around the eye socket. This has sort of been, you'll be probably sick of this sort of color on my eyes at some point because it has just been my absolute favorite. And also this placement. So I'm just gonna take it in all the way. I'm really just gonna utilize like this whole plane for this color, because I feel like it's going to tie in really nicely with the blush and the lips. And if you ever feel like your eyeshadow is so disconnected from the rest of your makeup, using a grounding shadow like this is really helpful. Definitely a beautiful blend. Beautiful blend. Love. Very, very soft. I think I said it in that video, but the combination of this brush with these eyeshadows, such a beautiful combination. Like it just really allows you to blend so easily. Oh, eyebrow hairs, come on, stay in place. I don't have time for you right now. I have a lot of things working against me right now. My background lighting is very inconsistent, and I have so many glares happening on that screen, this, like my mirror over here. I'm like, I can't see what I'm doing. What I do know is that I need to even out these lips a little bit. Always take this side up a little too high. Gorge, love that color. All right, let's get colorful. Let's have some fun with this. My nose is itchy. Yeah, I think I want to go into these greens because they're just really gorgeous, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to do on the lid. Is it weird to put color on the... Oh God, I love that so much. It's really beautiful. But I know people don't want me to do neutrals. I know you guys want color. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up 13. Ooh, gonna pick up 13. This brown. Brown? Girl, what? This like foresty green. It's like slightly more, it's got a little bit more blue in it than this one. Has more yellow. I'm gonna use a tiny little blending brush. This is the 14 mini from Refer. I'm swirling in that, and then I'm really tapping off because I've already got the rest of my face on, you know? I'm not trying to mess anything up here. I'm gonna look down into a mirror and I'm gonna start working this in the outer corner of the eye. Into the crease. And I'm just gonna take my time building up that pigment. So right now we have just like a nice wash of the color. I don't want to go in with too much. So again, I'm looking like straight down into a mirror. I have a handheld mirror down here. I'm gonna take that around the crease and then blend into that inner corner. Tapping back in. Woo! Tapping off. And same thing. Just remember, like, it's just so much easier to build up shadow than it is to remove it. You know? I just want to create kind of like a really beautiful, like, blended 3D effect to the eye. Gorgeous. I love that. It really makes a huge difference. It's a thing that I tend to forget to do. Or I'm just like, I'm in a rush. I'm not thinking. Looking down into a mirror and blending is really important. You can definitely create like a nice wash. Now I'm just looking straight into a mirror, kind of figuring out like, okay, even though I'm sort of going around the crease and creating a little bit more of like a halo effect, I do like to keep with the cat eye shape on the outer corner. So I'm just making sure to kind of like swoop it so I have a little bit of a lift. That's very, very pretty though. And I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how easily these are sheared out. Because I will say they definitely pack pigment. But you can shear them out. They're versatile. I'm gonna go into the 13 mini from Refer, even tinier, and I'm gonna pick up. I think I'm actually gonna tap between Horoscope, this shade, and 13, the green, because I just want to kind of like deepen up that green, and I really like that it's a little bit more on the saturated side. Like I don't want to go in with like a black or anything. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna use that to deepen up. And I'm going to use this for the most part on the outer corner, but I'm also going to deepen up the inner corner a little bit. So we're going for kind of like a halo situation. I just want to make sure that the contrast is deep enough so that the lid, what I put on the lid, pops. I don't want it to kind of just like blend into the matte green, you know? If you ever feel like blending back and forth like this, like your skin is a little too loose, and you end up getting skipping, something you can do is, again, make sure that your lid is nice and flat, but just pat gently. And depending on the pressure that you use, you'll apply more pigment. You can pat a little harder in areas where you want to put a little more pigment down, and then you can just like tap gently in areas where you want to blend. So you don't have to be married to this motion or like circular motions. Ooh, so that created a really beautiful definition. Is that nice in comparison? Just deepens it up a little bit without making it too much. Always make sure you're tapping off your brush, dude. Makes a huge difference. Oh, I just remembered I was gonna order lunch. 1 second. 45 minutes. If a salad doesn't come with avocado, I don't want it. You know what I mean? Ooh, kale and Brussels sprouts. Can I please just ask why people are constantly ruining chocolate chip cookies with coconut flakes? I hate coconut. I'm truly pleasantly surprised by these eyeshadows because what I'm doing right now, like the technique that I'm using is really shearing them out, okay? So I'm kind of making the shadow really, really just like melt into the skin, because I wanted to use color, but I didn't want to do something like so crazy, which you can absolutely do with this palette. Listen, these are pigmented shadows, okay? Here's a quick swatch of the purple, like one of the purples. Like that's a pigmented shadow, you know what I mean? Like you can really build up that pigment if you want to, but it's very finely milled, so it does create that versatility. And I love a versatile product. Like I don't want something if I can't sheer it out, you know? If I can't utilize it for a few different things, I'm just not interested. So I'm gonna deepen up the inner corner, creating a little bit of a halo. And that versatility, it really just like helps to prevent people from feeling like these palettes aren't accessible. I keep talking about accessibility, especially because like the older I get, I just can't do as much, or it's a combination of feeling like I can't do as much, but also my preferences have changed, you know? Like I'm not trying to do goth glam to go to the post office anymore. That's what I used to do, you know? And listen, I'm proud of those looks and I enjoyed them thoroughly, but it's, you know, tastes change. So the fact that I have the option to really like build these shadows up, I can go all in, or I can really sheer them out, is just a huge selling point for me. Okay, so that looks really gorgeous. Now I'm gonna go in with my finger, and since I don't have nails, I can actually do this. I'm gonna pick up Lucky, which is this gorgeous green that I showed you earlier, which is kind of like a forest green, but it has like a really gorgeous, like kind of teal pearl to it. You can see that shift from like the forest green, and then it shifts to like a slightly more icy teal, you know? I'm gonna be gentle with this. I'm gonna pick it up with my ring finger. Oh, gentle, look at that. Oh, wait, let me just give you a swatch first, because it's crazy. Girl, oh my god, a swatch like that will never cease to... I was gonna say, I ran through like 3 different options of things to say, but they were all pretty X-rated, so I'm just gonna skip that part. Wait, but look at this one. I think this is what I swatched in the other one. This is such a beautiful neutral color. Look at Paul. Oh, I die for Paul. If you guys didn't tell me that I wasn't allowed, if you guys didn't tell me that I wasn't allowed to use neutrals, or to do a neutral look in this video, Paul would be everywhere right now. Or Rune, look at Rune. Ooh, so pretty. Okay, back to Lucky. And I wanna, like, Vision is the lighter green, and I wanted to kind of use that, but since we're like up in holidays, I just feel like Vision is a little too light, like it gives me more spring, summer. Ooh, it feels really nice too. It has a little bit of that moisture to help it like grip to the eye without feeling wet or heavy. It feels very lightweight. Ooh. Ooh, I haven't done a green eye look in so long. All right, I'm gonna grab my Sigma E54 and pick up just a teeny bit of Lucky so that I can kind of like pad it up and meet that matte crease, because I want to make sure that there's no like naked patches. Oh, my stomach is growling so bad. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Gorge. Look at that. Stunning. Beautiful color. Oh, this is how you wear color, by the way, without looking crazy, you know? Because I feel like a lot of the time people are so afraid of color, but like, look at that. When you ground it with a little bit of that color that works so beautifully with my blush and my lip, you know? But then you go in with something like it's a little bit deeper, but it works really nicely with the overall tone of my eye, you know? Very pretty, very pretty, very pretty. Ziva, you're making great gross noises. My stomach is growling and Ziva is like giving herself a bath. So like that's all I'm hearing is licking and like my stomach going. It's not exactly ideal. Same thing, picking up a little bit with my E54. Just making sure these are connected. Gorgeous. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Stunning. Ooh, should we put like just a tiniest little bit of a pop in the middle using Vision? I feel like since I said it, now I have to do it. Okay, this is Vision, which is quite light, quite a light green, very pale, but it still has that, like, in keeping with that slightly more like teal blue kind of color. I'm gonna pick up a little, just a teeny bit of that with my Sigma brush, which obviously, because it's a brush, actually it picks it up really nicely. God, I love this brush. I'm just gonna really tap it off. And I'm just gonna pat it right in the center to give a teeny highlight. I don't even know. Yeah, you can see it. Just a teeny little dimension to the eye. You can barely see it, but it just adds that little highlight in the middle of the lid. Just adds a little bit of brightness, I think. If you feel like this is getting, or if you feel like a look like this is just a little too heavy for your eye, just a teeny highlight in the center just really like opens up the eyes, you know, especially since we did a little bit of that halo, slightly more rounded look. Gorge. All right, fallout check. Fallout check. I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing a couple tiny little sparkly flecks, you know, but that's to be expected. Nothing crazy. I just keep looking at these. They're so pretty. It's like I planned this color palette. Like, it just looks so nice. All right, for my lower lash line, I don't actually know. I'm very happy with those. Those are absolutely stunning. One of my eyes looks smaller than the other one. Can you guys tell me which one it is? Because I keep forgetting. I think it's my right eye. Like, my lid looks smaller on my right eye, I think. Listen, I'm gonna give you all the angles, and you have to tell me, is it my right eye? Because I've been trying to like do different things to like make them look more even. But yeah, anyway, let me know which of my eyes is smaller so I can try and fix that. Okay, lower lash line. I need some kind of, do I want something in my waterline? I kind of do, because we went with a slightly like rounder look. And also because these shadows are slightly darker, I want to go with something light in my waterline. Maybe like a peachy kind of reflect. That's pretty. Or should I go with matte since we're using so much shimmer? Sauce liner. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna use my, I was gonna use something shimmery, but I feel like it's a little, I don't want it to be too overkill. So I'm gonna go in with Kosas Soul Gazer eyeliner in the shade Gravitate, which is just like a nice nude. I'm gonna put this in my waterline. Just to add a little brightening effect. Open the eyes up a little bit. I'm gonna use the Rephr 03 brush, this little guy. And I think I'm gonna go straight into 13, that dark green. Now, I'm currently in the process of filming a concealer comparison video. You can probably tell a little bit of a difference if you look at the sides. So I'm gonna try to keep my eyeshadow as close to my lash line as possible so that I am not disrupting the results of that video, because I'm doing like a check-in. So I'm going to keep this pretty tight to the lash line, starting on the outer corner, and I'm just gonna line the whole lash line with this green. Connecting. Stomach's making the craziest noises. Connecting up here. And don't worry, we're gonna blend, but that's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna, like, you know, typically I like to get smoky with it. Some people are probably like, girl, that's smoky, but if you're not new to my channel, then you know what I mean. No, we have one little fleck of green right there. And I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just like leave it, because sometimes you try to move it and then it just gets worse. It's like, should I just leave it there and let it do its thing? Or should I be a crazy little bitch and take this random brush that I got from, I think, yesstyle.com and try to like... I think I got it. Bro! I'm a ninja. Literally, nobody saw it coming. Got it, I got it. These little brushes, so random. It's just a tiny little like random fan brush. I was just on Yes Style, perusing as I do, and came across this and I was like, that looks useful. I'll buy that. Okay, now I'm gonna use the Rephr 28 brush. This is one of my favorite lower lash line brushes, and I'm gonna go into Fortune Cookie, that first nude shade, and just use that to soften just below that green so it doesn't look harsh. Again, keeping it tight so as not to disrupt my concealer situation. And then connecting up. Oh, I really love these colors. I love his inclusion of Fortune Cookie because it's slightly more on like the I don't know if this is gonna make sense to you guys, but it's slightly more on the pink side of a neutral. Whereas I feel like a lot of palettes that I've received recently or picked up, the neutrally shades have been more on like a yellow or ochre kind of side of this color spectrum. And I just really appreciate that because it ends up being, it's really gonna go with all of these colors so beautifully. It's gonna connect all of the colors really beautifully. Like if you wanna use this yellow, you can and this like pale lilac, you can transition from this to this to this pretty easily, you know? So that's a really great, he really nailed that as like a neutral transition shade. Bah. Big fan, dude, big fan. Love. I feel like I haven't done a look like this since like Anastasia, not Fawn. Subculture. It's giving me Anastasia subculture a little bit, you know. What am I doing? Now what? Now what? Should I pop a little eyeliner? Let's pop a little eyeliner. Ugh. I want to go back to Kosas, and they have this really beautiful eyeliner called Eternal, which is kind of like a dark foresty green that has like a little bit of shimmer in it, I think. No, it's matte. Wow, this is so misleading. I thought it was going to be more metallic. It's just a matte green, but it's really pretty. So I'm going to use this to just line along my eye a little bit. Just for a little subtle definition. Focusing on the outer corner. See that? Just a little lash thickening, you know? Since we did use like a dark color on the lower lash line, I just want to make sure that it feels balanced. Why do you forsake me so, Kosas? Why do you forsake me? All right, everybody. Hold on. I'm gonna finish lining this eye and then we're gonna go on a little field trip together to try and fix this makeup mistake. Maybe I'll put it in like a little short video or something. Okay, don't worry, I fixed it. It's gonna be in a separate little video. That'll be around my channel at some point or on short form or whatever. Okay, he also came out with some lashes. So these are the Divination. Did I say that earlier? Divination is the palette. Divination stackable lashes. So I'm going to use the little half lash situation. I don't think there's a name for it or anything. So I'm just going to make sure that I trim this so that it fits my eye. I'm just going to trim off the little tail end thingies. But I feel like I haven't successfully worn a strip lash in a really long time. So if I mess up this application, I'm going to be not surprised. Not surprised at all. I'm gonna put the lashes on before I do mascara. So I'm just gonna give my lashes a gentle curl, really gentle, just so that they're not like completely straight. I'm gonna put the falsies on first. And I'm using I guess just some Duo lash glue. Oh my God, is this glued shut? Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was nice. That was easy. Becoming a big fan of putting my falsies on before mascara, because once I've curled my lashes and put on mascara, it's just like so much harder to see where you're placing things. Oh, that's cute. Oh, it just gives a little, like, you know what I mean? A little flutter. Why are you being impatient? Just like wait for it to get tacky, then put it on. They give a nice little flutter flare to the eyes without being too much, you know? And then the other ones are like a little more like intense glam. All right, I am going to go in with a light coat of my Lisa Eldridge mascara just to blend my lashes with the falsies. Not taking it all the way up. I don't want to be like coating the falsies because that's gonna cover them in mascara and make them look a lot less fluffy and soft. So I'm focusing this just in the base, at the base of the lashes. Ah! I just did exactly what I said I wasn't gonna do. Tragedy, panic, chaos. Okay, that's nice. I like that. Jesus. All right, guys, this is the finished look. Gorgeous for holidays. Love so much. So impressed with the payoff, but also versatility and softness of these shadows. So pretty. Like, I just love the way the tones look. Everything has really come together so beautifully. Once again, I just want to give you, now that the lashes are on, I just want to give you a deep zoom of the eye so that you can really see that shimmer and that soft blend. It doesn't look heavy on the skin at all. And again, keep in mind that like if you want to really build these shadows up, you absolutely can. You absolutely can get like the most out of the pigment, but having sheared it out, you still get a really, really beautiful payoff. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. Oh, am I getting like a teeny bit of... I'm getting a teeny bit of creasing right in here. I kind of thought that I should have set my lids because they were feeling a little bit oily. So if you do have oily lids, you might just want to go in with like a tiny bit of powder before you put them down. God, that's beautiful. Oh, I love this look. It's so pretty. Gorgeous for holidays. Love so much. If I do say so myself. Okay, huge fan. Huge fan. It already won me over with that other video that I filmed, but I have to say I'm just like continuously impressed by this palette. Really, really love. And even though, despite like me not being the biggest person with like purple or like these cool toned grays, oh shit, hold on, somebody's calling me. The colors are gorgeous. Like I just find them to be so stunning, especially all of the shimmers. Like, oh, I just want every single one on my eyes. Like this one is just so gorgeous. Paul is like, oh, I die for Paul. I die for Paul. I die for, what's this called? Auric. Stunning. I'll be continuing to use this. And I also really like that even though it's like a full palette, it's pretty lightweight, you know? Pretty lightweight, you know? Doesn't seem like it'll be too obnoxious for travel. And I am actually going to visit my family. We're doing our holiday trip like early. We're kind of like sandwiching between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I think I might have to bring this for like a little holiday look. And now that I've done this, I feel like, oh, I've got my holiday look down. You know? Everybody does a red lip. Red lips have been done. Let's do green eyes, you know? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that this helped you. You know, if you're looking for looks to do for the holidays, if you picked up this palette, please let me know what you think down below. Oh, you know what I just noticed? This is slightly raised. Oh, you probably can't see it, but this is slightly raised. That's fun. If you've been looking for like looks to do with this palette, I hope that this helped in some way. I'm just gonna touch up my lipstick. Sorry, my lips are just like feeling a little dry. That's it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please thumbs up and subscribe and all the stuff. I don't know. I've said it so many times today. I'm on to my next video to film another video, so I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Subscribe. Whatever. Let me know what you want to see next, man. If you have a specific look you want to see with this palette, let me know. I'll do it because I'm loving this palette. Okay, I'm gonna go. eat my salad. Bye.